humors that loves to play, to make people laugh in every way. His jokes are sometimes crude and sometimes ass, with his wife of 15 years that is always having his back. Even when his dogs and cats are being a pain in the ass, he hopes this will always last. Even bring the fun to the masses, rolling, tool running, and beating every dungeon classes. With his goofy faces and voice all over the places, he hopes to never give up on his dreams, to bring joy and even the facts with his laughs. Podcast every week and stream with his friends, to bring that energy like big booty claps. He never gets angry, but sure can get scared. With anime waifus on his side, he's always prepared. Even though he's the grumpiest of bears, this bear's always cool in his chair. Till the end, his dreams always beware, 'cause he coming after you and hopes you'll be there. To hope you'll have a good day, a good night, and as always have a good life. Much love, good night, good night, good night, good night. Much love, have a good night, good life. Grumpy Bear has always been there, even when life isn't fair, even when no one is there. He is thinking of you with love and care. Even if you say like I care, he still give you a big hug with love and hair. What hair? 'Cause he's bald and eyebrows that are clear. With his kind words, he's never afraid to share, giving you that good bear stare. Even his kinks, so beware, 'cause every weekend at 6:30 is bound to share. Stream sitting in his chair, on every platform that he can share. Just as long as he knows you'll be there, God-given, please share. He's coming at you with style and flair, so let him say this again to make it clear. Though life isn't fair, so playing hard and be fair. Tell the industry to beware of this bear, so he can wish you a good day, a good night, and as always have a good life. Much love, good night, good night, good night, good night. Much love, have a good night, good life. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Much love, have a good night, good life. Grumpy Bear has all.
Alrighty, everybody. For those who are here, this is the Bearthoughts podcast. We usually do this every single Friday at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. For those who do not know, I am currently sponsored by Zenless Zone Zero. So if you haven't already, links down below. Get your phone out, go down to the link, and download the game. Help support my channel and help support my family. I would appreciate it. But as always, you have Corvo Ninja and a disembodied South Edge Jade. You might notice that the angle might look a little different because Corvo has run him amok against a problem that is right now running rampant in America, at least for as far as I know. It might be outside of America. Of course, he just said one from this kind of very problem, and this is on everybody's computer as long as you have Microsoft. People that are on Apple's computers are going, "Yay, not us!" Well, not yet. So you're lucky, but if it's on your computer, so just so happen you run iOS and you have this very thing on it, you might want to be wary too. So I got a message early this morning, around 10 o'clock. Midley, I was actually up this hour because we were trying to do some things early today, and I saw this message. Corvo said, "Do not reboot your computer." I'm like, wait, reboots? I don't reboot. I reset or shut down. I don't reboot. I'm like, what? Both? And he just says either. I'm like, oh, either. Good thing I didn't shut down my computer last night, because what exactly is happening? I've seen it on Twitter,
so
but
essentially a group that works hand in hand with Microsoft called CloudStrike wrote a patch. The patch went out with Microsoft's updates. It broke shit.
you know which patch it is?
I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but they essentially wrote a patch. It broke shit. my understanding from what I've gathered from our network technicians and others is that it breaks your internet connection.
Okay, that's
Okay, so no connection to the internet.
all right.
Um, according to what I've read and heard, supposedly they've already created a fix for it and is pushing it out. But I will tell you that it has been so bad globally that according to and you can go and Google this, but according to Google, Elon Musk has had it removed from all of their servers.
Okay,
Every bit of it.
what is this exactly this cloud thing do?
Cloud Strike is like, you know how it's like antivirus type shit.
Okay.
Okay,
Supposed to be anyway.
supposed to be. Um. Anyway, the point is that most of the people that weren't affected because they had not rebooted their computer or shut their machine down and started it back up. Because what people don't realize is every time you cycle your machine, it actually looks for new updates and applies them
Oh yeah.
Or tries
Yeah.
to.
or tries to apply
As long
them.
as it's preset to do
Right.
that.
And in most people cases, they don't change it to manual. They leave it on automatic. They don't know in the average user.
All right.
Well, I'm lucky from a standpoint that our company policy says do not reboot or shut your machine down during the work week. Don't.
Okay.
Because we push our work patches and stuff out during the night so that
Yeah.
it doesn't impact productivity during the day because we're a manufacturing facility.
Okay.
So what made me lucky is about 3/4 of our users actually listens. And they did not reboot, they did not restart, they did not shut down.
hmm
However, what makes me unlucky is there's 1/4 of our users that are fuckheads that don't listen, and they did do all this shit. And
And
guess
some of them
what?
are remote.
Almost all of the ones that broke the rules were remote employees that don't even come into an office.
Yeah, problem with communication with remote people, I imagine, is communication of a valuable information that you might need to be in-house in order to hear it or to be told by an IT person that's in-house going, hey, bad thing happening, don't do that. And they do
The
that because they
problem
didn't hear
is
it.
that it is actually company policy to not reboot your machine or shut it down during the work week, even if you're at home. They ignored company policy that quarter and did it
Yeah.
any fucking way because, you know, hey, I don't want to pay the extra $20 tonight for my machine to run. Well, guess what?
Mm.
Now you fucked yourself.
Figure out
Now
whatever money you
now
have
I
for the day.
have to spend the day trying to fix your shit.
And you don't get to work.
Now-
You clock in or not.
If you don't
True.
know this, we've got thousands of employees.
hmm
There is 7 site leads. How many do you think we can do in an 8-hour day?
Probably one lead, one site, maybe at a day.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Now, you're talking, we probably have 60 or 70 remote employees.
hmm
If it averages a couple hours per to get them back going, then shit, that's a couple of days just to fix this shit.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a big fucking headache. And was not feeling it at all this morning. I walked into work and seen that shit. I was like, "Are you serious?"
Okay, so sorry, I'm picking up something here. Let me get this. Is this program being backdoored, hacked, and then stopping internet's access so people can't fix it?
It's not that somebody hacked it. They just made a mistake with the patch when they wrote it,
Okay,
so it broke it.
so and it's just. And why is it just now? Because I know a couple of days ago, I told you, like, literally was during stream or just before stream, I went going, God, another Windows update just as it's about to go live. I love that they do this every single time. About to go live, Windows update. So was this like a long-term coming, or was just like, okay, and now?
No, they have a schedule that they
Mhm.
push updates out on. This update was probably finished being written for a day or two before it was actually scheduled to go out.
Mm.
Problem is that nobody knew that it was broken. So then they pushed it, and then it broke everything.
Okay.
Like there are countries, literal countries, that are in what you would call blackout mode right now.
That has to be suck. And if this happens, let's say you reboot your computer, it doesn't just stop your internet. Some people were saying it was literally breaking their computer. I mean, trashing. I mean, destroying their computer. It was like not like oh, internet's gone. No, it was good luck getting it back.
It depends on your hardware and how well you've set up your machine as to how bad the damage is.
Okay, so it can vary from person to person. So
Right.
what is someone supposed to do if they have the computer on right now? They're watching the stream, they're watching the internet, they're currently viewing in the scene. What you would say to them? Don't turn off?
Do not turn it off. Do not restart it. Do not shut it down. Leave it the fuck alone.
Until
Okay?
Windows sends you an
until
update.
until they get the patches out to fix it.
Okay, so if you are out there, don't turn it off. Just you better even turn. What about sleep mode? Like is sleep mode's fine? Like what if their computer goes to sleep mode and turn
As
back
long
on?
as-
Or
what I would do is Window L, which is Windows key L locks your machine. It doesn't put it to sleep, it just locks it.
Mhm.
I wouldn't even put that shit to sleep. Because theoretically, sleep should be okay.
Yeah, because I did that last night.
But I don't trust it enough.
I mean, yours went to sleep.
Mine went to sleep, and you see that my internet's up and down, up and down, up and down right now.
Mm.
I'm
Okay.
sitting on a machine right now, maybe 3 feet from mine that is perfectly fine, that never went down, never shut down, never restarted, never done anything. We're doing podcasts.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Mine went to sleep and then lost network connection. When it come back, I'm assuming it grabbed the patch and applied it. Now it's sitting over there chilling.
Okay, so my thought is, because this happened to me a couple days ago. I was trying to get my sponsored game ready to play, which I'm gonna be playing later on, for my streaming for my computer, and I was re-downloading BlueStacks, and this might have nothing to do with it. I'm just saying this was what happened to me. So I was downloading BlueStack, I got a blue screen, and then I kept on recycling over and over again, preparing repair Windows, something like that. And it kept on doing this over and over and over and over, and my computer would not start back up. So I just booted from my other hard drive that still had Windows on it, did a quick scan repair in the command prompts. It fixed the Windows and that thing, and I was able to boot back into this hard drive. And I was like, what's going on? Do I need to grab my CD, my Windows key, and like re-download Windows? With somebody if they would have their computer going on, would you recommend them just, if they can't get it, would you recommend them redoing their Windows?
If they can't get their machine back running, so you may have to sacrifice your data. You may have to rebuild it. You may have to re-OS it. Now, for me, my problem, my issue is just the internet going up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's not worth me redoing my machine for that. Okay.
Yeah.
I can wait patiently for them to put the patch out to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
However, if I had come in and tried to boot my machine 3 or 4 times and it was saying, nope, not happening, it's not fucking doing shit.
Yeah.
Then I would have had to unfortunately go through the process of putting my OS back on it and all that shit. Now, what I can do, and what I probably will do, and it won't be tonight because I don't feel like fucking with it. I've been looking at this shit all day.
Yeah.
Is I will probably tomorrow go into my Windows updates, look for any updates that were applied in the past 2 days, and roll them off of the machine. Take them off the machine. And then reboot and let it come back up. And because if I do that and set it to manual and reboot, it should not go out and manually find and apply the updates. It might see them, but it won't apply them without my permission.
Well, yeah,
and that may get me back going.
All right. Well, I'm just trying to give somebody out there that may be watching us an idea of what they can possibly do if they're running into this issue right now. be sure to tell your family and friends and loved ones, anybody have a computer, your kids, and your kids don't understand it, right? They always, I'm sure, like most parents, because I was always told this: shut down the computer if you're not using it. Shut it down through the night.
No, my
Don't.
kids have been trained.
Mhm.
My kids know better. They don't reboot their machine or shut it down unless dad says so.
Yeah,
Because but then again, like you said, that's the benefit of having me here doing what I do versus the average household.
yeah.
So right now, my kids are still down the hall streaming shit to their computers and watching shit. I'm still sitting on Stealthy's machine right now talking to you. I probably wouldn't have any problem with my machine had it not went to sleep.
Yeah.
And the reason it went to sleep is those great Windows updates we got a couple of days ago. Because it reset my power settings and I did
Uh-huh.
not realize it. It
Mhm.
went to sleep, dropped internet connection, and wham, look at what I got now.
That's always a problem with that kind of stuff. But I get it. And just like normally stuff like this, what happens with Windows, I would always think like, okay, Windows must have put out a patch out there. Somebody found a backdoored on anybody's computer that has it on there, and like let hell just loose. But this was just a programmer going, I made a whoopsie and put too many zeros in my one spot, and now everybody's computers are fritzing out because of it.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something that'll really blow your mind.
Mm.
We're sitting here on stable connection on Stealthy's machine, but her internet connection says she has none.
I've had that happen to me before where it says like, oh, you're not connected to the internet. And I'm like, wait, but I can see myself still connected. I am still hearing myself connected, but it's saying it's down. How is that possible?
We're live streaming right now.
The
Obviously,
only
there's
way I
network
can fix
connection.
it is to shut it down and turn it back on, but I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
do you mind checking to see if mine is in that state now?
Okay. Oh, I need to charge it.
But yeah, this is a very it's been a weird week. Very weird week. A lot of things are happening right now. A lot of people are happy, a lot of people are upset, but this week has been very odd. Turn of events. Sorry, I just
It's been crazy. Just go to the browser and see if it
Yeah,
comes
it's
up.
not one of them.
Yeah. It's a very weird and so okay, so now here's really gonna blow your mind. I can see my machine's screen from here.
yeah.
Has no internet on the browser, but it's showing there's a network connection. It's the exact opposite of hers.
Well, I guess it is what it is, but I hope that we gotta get yours up running before this Sunday or Saturday. Friday, Saturday, yeah, Sunday. That's right.
I got laptops full. I got a way. I will roll dice. You ain't got to worry about that.
But yeah, yesterday's D&D session, for those who wanted to watch us, I'm sorry we had to cancel it. It's not really their fault. Dragon or Justin and his wife got married, and they finally got to go to the honeymoon. And when they went to the honeymoon, they were still out. Even though they went out from yesterday and today, or yesterday they were still out. So it was like, he's not gonna be here. We might as well just wait, because well, I'm not gonna go without at my dude. And now we're just waiting for him. Hope he's having a good time wherever he is. I think he's still at the beach or still at the casinos, because he hadn't told me that we're doing any Pathfinders tomorrow. So unless he tells, yeah, I'll be back here. Get ready, everybody. Otherwise, I'm just doing do my normal streams. So that's gonna be fun. I noticed that you well, for anybody that did not notice, Corvette and Stephanie finally got the books for the upcoming campaign that we're hoping to do.
Yes.
We're looking forward, excited to get to do that. Because if you're enjoying our D&D streams, don't worry, they're not going anywhere. If anything, there's gonna be more of them.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Oh my fucking god.
What did you do?
Corvo.
She's got my
Versus-
network back.
Curse of Strahd and Ravencroft or something like that.
You turned your Wi-Fi function off.
Are you serious? They broke my Wi-Fi, and that's what's. Anyway,
Yay! Yeah, your
hang on, my
background
blur's
filter.
on. Hold
Yeah.
on. Let me fix it.
There we go. Yeah, Curse of Strahd, and the Ravenloft expansion book or whatever you want to call it to
It's
help you guide.
it's the pre-book, I guess would be the best way to say it. It you do Ravenloft before you do Curse of Strahd. Crazy.
Wait for it. It still says this.
Even though you're clicking around. That's crazy as hell.
And then it'll pop up, hey, your network's gone. It's like, don't
Nope.
turn it on. Don't turn it on.
So she turned the Wi-Fi off on my
Mhm.
machine
For shit.
for shits and giggles, and the hard line started working.
So it broke the Wi-Fi, and it's since the Wi-Fi is on, it's bypassing your hard line.
Yeah.
That's weird. I've never heard of it bypassing it before, but maybe I'm new.
I'm assuming it's a virus at this point.
Run Windows Defender.
I think I clicked the wrong thing.
They're troubleshooting
That's-
his computer live
That's
on
some
stream.
bullshit. That is some bullshit. Motherfucker broke my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's like again, it just
Oh, well, yeah, that's not what I'm.
I can't help but feel like it's a backdoor attack, but we'll find out. You know, they could be just just backcoding. Yeah. We didn't have someone figure a way of hacking y'all's computer.
Blue Shield, Windows, Home, something, security or whatever. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, guys, you're getting real time experience here. Top left. Quick scan first, and if it doesn't find anything, go to normal. Anyway, so yeah, so fucking stupid. Break my Wi-Fi card, dude. Do you know how many years it took me to get a computer, a desktop that had a built-in Wi-Fi card?
Yeah, they're not all too common. But this past week, AT&T had a breach in their stuff because we got a thing from Cricket telling us that that a lot of people's information from their phones and contact information was breached from AT&T, but like nothing, so they got breached. So it's just been a full wild week of everybody getting their shit hacked into, and everybody wants your data, and everybody wants to see what you're doing so they can use it to make money.
It's the Wild Wild West.
They just want money, or they just want to use your information to try to sell stuff to you or something else stupid like that. But anyways, so I finally got to finish. I finished it off pretty much in almost one day. I got to watch dang it, the smallest what's it? Something number 8. What was it? Something you told me last week.
Kaiju number 8.
Yeah, Kaiju number 8. I get to finish that one off. Actually really enjoyed that.
I only got as far as when he got caught and he did his little fight with Big Daddy dude.
Oh, well, you're not very far from me anyways. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I think it's a very nice show. I think even my wife might enjoyed it or enjoy watching it herself, but it's impressive. I like how they're going about it. It's a very good one. I would recommend it if everybody out there likes kaijus and likes the idea of a group of people fighting an ever expanding and ever more dangerous of beasts and creatures. And it's not always about the big ones that are will put you in danger. Sometimes about the small ones that put you in danger. I still want to know you know, not a spoiler because it literally happens in the very first episode of the little kaiju that goes in, you know, that one.
Yeah. Dude,
I
that was
wanna
the funniest fucking moment in the whole thing to me. He's sitting there going, all right, I survived. Okay. And it's like, I found you. You're
Yeah, I'm like,
"Yeah."
my brain is going, I found you? What was you fighting me for? And what was he so special about? Like, I found you. Where were you looking for him? That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like,
what's the reason you were looking for him?
Well,
Yeah.
listen, I'm wondering if in that case, the kaiju has to match the host to make the most powerful ones to destroy.
Because, see, she watched it with me, so that kind of makes sense. I mean, if you're looking for the perfect host, kind of like a parasite from Parasite,
yeah.
they were looking for the perfect host.
Think about the last episode that we watched. He was arguing with it.
That's true.
It's still telling him, kill.
Well,
It's
yeah,
not like,
and-
it wanted to save humanity because it thinks its own kind is evil. Nah, that son of a bitch is still trying to kill people.
That motherfucker's going, I am not killing him in front of his daughter.
Yeah, it's
That'll
like,
ruin my chances.
yeah. So like, I was like, in one way, like it was trying to control him at some point, but another way, it was like, hey, the kaiju inside of him was thinking he was fighting another kaiju. Not gonna spoil this. Why he thinks he's fighting a kaiju? Think he's fighting another kaiju, so that he was like, let's fight, let's get it, let's go. But internally, he's like, yeah, I'm about to eat you up. It's like, one way you want to fight the other kaiju that you're feeling the presence of, but at the same time you want to eat the person that you are controlling. I'm like, this one.
Here's my theory on that. It knows if he's in control, it can't take over because his body has gone into fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
He no longer has control technically of his body, which means it can control that part.
Okay, maybe, yeah,
Kind of like
maybe.
if you watch, what is it? The Jutsu,
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen. If you watch it, he ate that finger, right?
Yeah.
And every time he eats a little more, it gets a little stronger, but the fucker inside of him's been trying to take over the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, he's been using those powers, and you're thinking, oh, he's a badass, he's saving the world. In reality, the fucker's in there's like, I just want to control you. I want to
Let me
kill
out.
it all. You know,
Mhm.
let me out.
I mean, now he like from last time we seen it, he's chilling for now because he's finding this entertaining.
I loved
Yeah.
it though when he sucked old dude into his realm and he was chilling on top of the of those corpses.
Yeah.
And the guy was like talking shit, and he's sitting up there like looking around like, "Bitch, do you really?" This would be my play zone. And second off, I ain't even got to get up to kick your ass from this place. I mean, for real, like, there's time to trash talk and there's time not to. This is not a time to be talking
Like,
shit.
you in my body, and you ate my finger. Congratulations, you about to find out. I swear, if somebody ate my finger, and if I was able to be manifest inside their soul, their being, you best believe I'm going all of them. Okay, so that was a good one, but I actually started rewatching the newest season of, and I know some people are trash talking, right? It's gonna be, oh my god, it's a kid show. It's a kid show. It's meant for kids. I beg to differ in so many regards. I picked up the newest season of My Hero Academia, and I know you haven't seen it probably yet.
Not yet, but I love My Hero Academia. I don't
So-
give a shit. Call me Toys R Us, motherfucker.
So, I know you've probably seen pictures of her. The pretty much the American version of All Might. This girl pretty much copied herself off of All Might. That's her her master. That's her idol, right? All Might, and she kind of like build her old look all around All Might. And she has this ability where she can make a rule as long as she calls whatever it is. She can make a rule about it. So she says, You know, if you look at me sideways, your eyes will blow up. That will happen. That will manifest itself. She says, you know, I can jump to the top of this building in one bound. She can do it. Like, whatever she speaks, she can come. But there's a certain limit to it. And no spoiler warning, she loses, but she wins. And I don't spoil how it does, but, like, the way she wins is so smart. I'm like, it was so good, but it was also kind of brutal. You watch the episode, you'll know what I'm talking about. It is so brutal, but so fucking five-head. I'm like, this is why this show is so popular. But I don't get why people want to trash on the show, because it's for, you know, it's kind of, what's the way you say it? It's kind of been, not tatered, what's the word for it? Like, advertised to kids, right?
It's been tailored.
Yeah.
For kids.
Yeah,
So,
it's been...
I think that's bullshit. I've seen some of the fight sequences.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you don't get it, even though they still do that with comic books and Superman and Batman and.
I mean, let's be honest. If you go back and look at some of the original, the detective novels with Batman, or some of the original Superman,
it got dark.
These motherfuckers were ripping people in half and shit. Yeah. I mean, think about it. There was one comic, I can't remember what it was, but I can't remember which issue it was, but Superman loses his fucking cool for once. And holy shit, you realize that he has been holding back significantly.
Yeah, the Joker finds out.
He goes, "You're in my way," and walks through. You know, it's like,
It's just surprising, like, because this guy, he made the show off the idea of comic books, right? Like that he loves comic books. That's the whole reason why he made this series. And
that's what I'm trying to think about it.
Yeah.
People consider comics kid shit.
Yeah, because they don't.
It's like cartoons.
It's
for kids.
It's the fact that they gave them the name comics, because that's not what they're actually called. They're called graphic novels, and they weren't meant for kids originally.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what they were meant for. Hell, if you go back and read the black and white versions of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they didn't just use their weapons to parry. They fucking murked motherfuckers. The Foot Clan died.
I wonder if it's that kind of like trope, like, you know, I'm sure even your kids, because I had my nephews do this to me. You ever find, like, you find something cool, you find something awesome, you're really enjoying it, and your kids see you're really enjoying it, you find it cool, and they want to, like, almost emulate that, in a sense where they want to get themselves involved in that too, when it's not really meant for them, but you don't want to stifle them. Right, you don't want to, like, no, but like,
I'm not a good example of that, and let me explain why. I fully believe that if my child is capable of processing the fact that something they're watching or reading is not reality, it is not real, and that this is not something they should do, I don't necessarily say then that they can't people are going to slam on me for this, so get ready. My 9-year-old watches fucking Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Most people would say Aliens, xenomorphs, are not for children. They murder things, they kill things, they smash people's brain pans.
They eat
them. But guess what? He knows that shit's fake. He knows it's not real. It doesn't bother him. He doesn't have nightmares over it. So I'm not going to tell him he can't watch something that he don't like. Matter of fact, it was just like a week or so ago that we're riding down the road, and he looks at me and he says, "Dad, there's something I want to do that we hadn't done." I was like, "What?" He said, "I want to watch the Alien and Predator series chronologically."
Look, yeah. It's better than the 13-year-old thinking there's ninja cows in his bedroom.
Exactly. I love my oldest son. But one of the things that terrified him out of all the shit that could have terrified him, he can watch Chucky, he can watch Xenomorphs, he can watch all kind of scary stuff, but a fucking evil ninja cow. That shit terrified him.
Tear him down.
Where was this from?
Nothing.
I don't know where it come from. One day he just come out and said, "I'm scared shitless of evil ninja cows." He was like,
Now I will say he did prior to having this. He was playing Wizard 101 and they had ninja cows, but they weren't evil.
Okay.
but somehow in his 6, 7 year old little head, evil ninja cows are more terrifying than a fucking alien from outer space eating your brain. just an FYI. I think that might come from me because genuinely, I am more terrified of shiny, sparkly, happy shit than I am the fucking killer next door.
Okay.
So he may have gotten that shit from me. Like, I don't do clowns. I do not do clowns. I will get arrested because of a clown. Matter of fact, I have been known to strike a clown. And that might, like I said, that may be something he got from me. Not intentionally, but he did. But I can go and put some shit like The Exorcist on. I can put Exorcist on TV, and they're like, "This dumb motherfucker gonna let a demon get up in them? They being stupid. That's so stupid."
Well,
Listen to this. Made me think of a joke my wife was telling me just today. About a kid go to his father and goes, "Daddy, daddy, daddy! I keep hearing this demon underneath my bed talking with the thousands of souls of different voices." And the monster comes out from underneath the bed behind the dad and says, "Yeah, but you don't have him, your son, above me every single day, masturbating above me. Kind of gets annoying. You gotta deal with your son." It's like
Yeah, I mean, it's like what were we watching one time? We were watching we were watching the Annabelle movie. That damn doll. Evil little fucker. And my youngest was sitting next to me. He goes, "Dad, are they gonna pick that doll up?" I said, "They wouldn't be." I said, it wouldn't be a movie if they didn't. He's like, "Why are people stupid?" I was like, "Because they don't know nobody." He's like, "But Dad, look at the doll. It's creepy." I'm like, "I know."
It doesn't say a sign saying "pick me up."
we watched a B-rated horror movie the other night called Tarot. Me and Jasmine kind of found it funny. We laughed at some things because it's like one of those movies. Sorry, stealthy. It's one of those movies where you can see you should not do this. I mean, like, common sense tells you not to do this, but obviously they do it. And it's funny as shit because it's all revolved around a cursed deck of tarot cards.
Yeah.
That where when you get your fortune read or horoscope read by these tarot cards, it comes true, but in the most horrific way possible. So, like, for example, let's say your fortune says that your center figure is the guidesman or whatever, right? And it says, you're going to be traveling. Your fortune shows that you're going to be on a path of darkness, but be wary of the traveler man's lamp because it could lead you astray. It can divert you from the true tracks in life you're supposed to be facing, right?
Yeah.
Well, sure as shit, home dude goes into a dark subway, right? Sees a lamp. Runs down the tracks. He dies. Why? Dark tracks, lamp. In most fortunes in a non-cursed deck, that would just mean you're going to have bad fortune if you don't follow the right path. But in this motherfucker, it was very literal. And yes, the lamp led him astray, not because it was saying, "Come this way." It made him run away from it because he was scared.
Yeah.
So in reality, if he had run towards the lamp, he'd have been fine.
Yeah.
One girl, it said something about the hangman was her pivotal person. said,
You have to face your fears.
you have to
Karen.
face your fears, don't run, or you'll be hanged, or some shit like that. Well, first thing she does when she gets scared is what? Run.
Runs.
She ran.
Well, no, she held there for a second.
She tried to hold for a second, but then she eventually runs right into a noose, and the hangman hangs her ass. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, at this point, 2 of the 7 friends are dead, and y'all have seen the pattern. So my instant reaction is I'm gonna do the exact fucking opposite. I'm gonna live. They keep doing the same shit.
It's a B-rated movie. What can you say? They have that.
My point to that is my kid, if he had watched that, would have been like, that box that they just picked up that had those cards in it looked creepy as shit. There's no way I would play with those cards, you know?
He can play with the cards, but he wouldn't do stupid shit.
Yeah, he wouldn't be like, let me call upon the such and such to do this. Anyway, it's funny. It is funny, but my point is that shit like that don't scare my kids. But now, My Little Pony will make them run for the hills.
No, it don't like it.
No. Wait, you really want to scare them? Play the Barbie World song.
That would scare him.
That'll terrify the shit out of them.
Barbie World song or the
Yeah,
I'm a Barbie girl? That one?
yeah, that scares the shit out of them.
It's battle tactics, right? It's not as scary as like support tactics. Oh, okay. Well,
Hey, I shared with you what scares me. What scares you?
I done told you, dark waters. Dark waters. If I can't see the bottom, we have problems.
He said deep.
Deep, dark
waters.
Oh, well then how the hell are you gonna get in the Shark Tank with me?
Well, if I can see the bottom of the water, I'm fine.
You realize they're gonna put us in a cage and drop us in the ocean, right?
Well, I'm not gonna be looking down. I'm just be straightforward, just like looking up and straightforward.
Okay.
No down.
Right.
That's usually where they're at, though.
You know what? That's what I should do. I should do that. I should book me and you a shark diving trip for like a weekend.
Uh-huh.
And we don't take the girls.
No, you can do it.
And then we make them wonder. We don't call them the next day. We make them wonder.
I'll just start, buying
Like,
shit.
was the water beautiful? Yeah. From the cage upwards, looked great. What about downwards? Like, only way you can make me look down is if I point the camera down. My eyes be like this, but the camera be straight down. Like, I'm looking down.
Right.
Camera sees it. I don't.
So if I have a shark below us, you're not even gonna look down. You're just gonna hope that
bitch is gonna go. That's like I'm about to feel it. It's like,
you're gonna launch a torpedo of your own straight down.
You better leave a
See, that's
buddy.
why I want him in the cage with me. It's like taking a built-in rocket launcher. I ain't got to worry about nothing. I say shark below us, and he gonna fire off.
How about make a little peephole?
You guys can always go to Discovery Cove.
That's true. Go swim. I want to get in a cage though. It's not the same.
Yeah, not until you hear the shark go like this against it one good time, right?
Yeah, look.
Okay, so the difference between that is you guys want to deal with a great white or a tiger shark or one of the bigger sharks. That's what you guys want.
Right.
Uh-huh.
If I'm going to deal with a shark, this is my philosophy. You can take it or leave it. If I'm going to deal with a shark, and that bitch could possibly eat me, I want him to eat me in one go.
Uh-huh.
I want it big enough that I'm gone. Okay. I don't want some shit that's gonna nibble on me for a couple hours while I'm laying there bleeding out. Fuck that. Put me in
Or
the
take a
cage
chunk
with the
out of
big
me.
boy.
With the big boy, it'll take you a while to die.
I'm gonna swim down his throat. I'm straight. If he gets me, I'm crawling in.
I'll be like
Go
a
ahead and end it up
white
for him.
whale, just
I can't
straight
do that
down.
with I can't do that with a bull shark or a lemon shark. I'll be like, hang on, let me get my leg in. Pull it out like trousers, No. If I'm going to go big. That way I can go home quick.
But yeah, okay. So, you did anything to yourself this week? I had a pretty much a busted day, but you do anything this week yourself? Is there any special you did yourself?
I can give you an update on the car.
Okay.
So this is where we are. I have installed the emergency
Oh,
hood.
your seat's a little wet.
Yeah, I've installed the emergency.
No, I mean the tarp.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I seen it when I walked up.
No, you can't have seen it when you walked up because I pulled it out.
When I got out of the car a while ago, though, I could see.
The cat's doing that, by the way.
I'm gonna beat him. Anyway, update is I've put the emergency hood release cords on it. So now if the cable happens to break or one side don't pop loose, I can pop it loose without having to have help.
Yeah.
I put the rubber gas fill pocket that's supposed to be around the metal inlet for fuel.
Yeah.
It was missing. I have no idea where it went. I guess somebody decided it was cool and they took it. So I bought one and put it on there. The rubber thing I showed you that I replaced, it was gone when we got the car. I'm assuming somebody took it where the gas fill is. Anyway, the vacuum pump come in for me to pull a vacuum on the air conditioning system. So I'm gonna do that probably in the morning. Put it on there and let it run.
Yeah.
Because it's got a vacuum, it's got to run continuously for about an hour to pull a good vacuum, and then you have to close all the valves off and let it sit for about an hour to see if it holds it. If it does hold it, then that means it doesn't leak. And, it means it doesn't leak if it holds it, and I can try to charge the system. If it does leak, I got to go get some Freon that has dye in it.
Yeah.
And put it in there so I can find the leak. So.
Okay, so what about your headlights?
Oh my God. Okay, so it works halfway now.
What's
it
wrong?
Will open.
Uh-huh.
It will open and it will cut on and they will shine, but it will not close.
What? I thought we figured out what was wrong with it.
Well, I've got to take. I have an idea what's wrong with it, but I've got to take I got to take some test wires out there to test it. And it's been raining here every freaking afternoon, so it's kind of hard to test electrical with freaking rain.
True.
But I'm hoping I can test that tomorrow too, before I do any other stuff. So that's the plan, is to vacuum that, put the vacuum on it, check the AC, and then test the headlight motor. Now, I told you yesterday, but I'll say it on podcast. I repaired that one window on the passenger side so it goes up and down. But the little nylon strip on the driver's side broke yesterday, so now I have to repair that one. Luckily, it's only going to cost me $9.
Mm-hmm.
And the part's already been ordered and it's on its way. But I got to take the door panel off. But I have decided, since I have a cable line now to pull cables with that I borrowed from a friend, and some wire, that since I'm going to take the door panel off, I'm going to take them both off and pull new speaker wires for the door speakers and for the back speakers, and go ahead and hook them up temporarily until I get all the new stuff I want to put it in there. So that I go from having just 2 stereo speakers to having a full 4.
Yeah.
So.
Well, glad you got at least someone to fix. I know you were super excited to have it, up and going again, but also sucks that, you still have a little bit more to go, even though you bought the items. Like, it's just, I don't know why
it's
some
more
card
about shipping, though, man. It's more about the shipping that's kicking my ass. Because, like, the fuel system stuff, I have everything but one piece sitting right there.
Yeah.
But the one piece that's not sitting there is the piece that all of those other items go into. So I'm kind of like, really? Because I could do that in 30 minutes. Literally 30 minutes. It is that car is quite possibly the easiest car I've ever owned to do the fuel system in. But that part's taking for fucking ever. And I ordered Stealthy a new lens for a camera.
Yay, new lens. Is it a wide lens or is it a Fish eyes.
It's got a better zoom on it. So her current lens. Yeah, let me find it. So her current lens on this thing is a 18 to 55 millimeter zoom.
Yeah.
The new lens is a 55 millimeter to 200 millimeter zoom.
Okay.
And it has built-in vibration cancellation.
Yeah.
So
Stabilizer.
less likely to get blurred shots, get tighter zooms, and it has a VR function.
Hey, VR. That's actually really nice. Good to have VR with those kind of things. Well,
Yep.
glad that's all working out for you. All that I got decided to look forward to is reading this book this week, you know, because I'm keeping up with this and finally got my hands on it and can't wait to read it. I really love One Punch. I just can't wait to come a new season of One Punch.
So I finished re-listening to The Pool of Radiance. And that reminded me that there are, like I told you in chat, there are instances where in D&D canon that
gets dark.
Dragons don't act the way they're supposed to act.
Not always. Well, not every universe. They don't always act the way it's supposed to act.
Right. So like I don't want to spoil it for you, but I could give you the example. Because I know you were listening to it some, and I don't know if you plan to finish it or not, but
yeah, I gotta get around with it because every time I am so occupied with so many things at one time, it's like I'm a kid with. I literally feel like sometimes I'm a kid with ADD. Ever since I'll say this real quick, I'm not too worried about it, but ever since COVID, I don't know about some of y'all, but my brain has not been like on all cylinders since COVID. And it does worry me sometimes.
Oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about. I feel the same way because if you remember, I was bedridden for a week and not even coherent. So I have days where I feel like my memory is about as long as a gnat's ass.
Well, mine thing is when I can look for something. Let's say I'm looking for this, right? I'm looking for it. I know where it was last time I saw it. I remember exactly where it was. I go there, I can literally look straight at it, and my brain will erase it. Like it's not even there. But my wife can go look back at the same spot, she sees it. But my brain would just go, whoop, whoop, like it was never right there. Even though I looked right past it, right over it, right at it, it's just gone. And I don't like that. I don't like that my brain is doing that to me.
Yeah, it's frustrating as hell. Mine is memory. Mine is being able to recall shit. So, like, there's been times where Stealthy has given me information about shit we're about to do, right? And then 5 minutes later, I couldn't tell you what the living hell we just talked about. I'm like, she's like, you ready? Let's go. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? What are you talking about? She's like, we just had this conversation like 10 minutes ago. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
What do you? I hate that shit. It makes me so mad.
But yeah, that's just my brain has been just often just going, hey, I'm gonna go do this, and I go do it, and I forget it, or I will get sidetracked with something else, and if I go look for something, I'm in a manhunt for hours trying to find something. Point in case. And I literally looked straight at this, like where it was at. I looked straight at it and didn't even notice it. I'm like, she came home. Oh, it's right here. I'm like, I literally looked right at that. Like, I literally pulled it out, looked at it, and didn't see it. Yeah, she saw it first time. I'm like, he's like, oh, you're man-seeing. Like, no, I'm not man-seeing. Something here is not clicking. And I don't like that. But yeah. I never used to have that problem. Like, I used to be able to find anything. I mean, like, maybe not even like 2 years ago, maybe not even 3 years ago. My wife said, find this. I'm like, I know where that is. I know exactly what it is. And I'd go find it. It was not even a problem. It wasn't even a thought. I'm like, boop, I don't know what it is. Now it's like, it's right there. I saw it, but now it's not. And then she goes, looks right there. I'm like, it's right there. I'm like, okay. So up here it needs to click in. I'm trying to let it stress me out too much. It does stress me out a little bit since it happened ever since COVID. Ever since COVID, my brain is not on all cylinders. Like it's not firing like as well as it did. Anyways, so yeah, anyways, if anybody's not already, please help me with my sponsor. If you have a phone, you have kids, you have nephews, tablets, whatever, you're good with computers, you get the emulators, please download the game, get as far as you can. No requirements, just play the game, I guess. But that's gonna be going for the next couple of days. This tomorrow I'll be doing the sponsored portion of it, and on Sunday we'll be doing the D&D stream. So be there around 4 o'clock. We try 4 o'clock, and we're trying to go as far as we did last week, because last week that combat round lasted way longer than I initially thought it would, because I went back to watch it again. I was like, wow, this thing goes on forever. I loved it, but like every time we get in a fight, like every time we like any D&D campaign, like Lambino's or ours or any other things, I don't notice how long it goes for, because it feels like it only lasts for like 5 minutes, but you go watch the VOD, it's like, no, that lasted for like an hour or two or three.
Everybody argues or tries to push their thought process, and it's just
Yeah, it just takes forever, and I'm like, man, I thought this was like 10 minutes. Nope.
Yeah, no. Usually, what takes the longest is coming up with the plan to execute.
Hmm.
And then when combat starts, you just have to deal with whatever slows down the combat.
Mhm.
There's nothing you can do about that, but yeah.
Next week it might be a lot more of this though, because this week, because I don't see us really putting fisticuffs up just yet. I can't wait for it. If you like lichens, get ready because they're coming.
oh, I never said anything.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, we got to first figure out if Bert's going to have a home or not, or if I'm being adopting someone.
Yeah, and whether or not we need to start making an army of weaponry, getting ready for what may come.
Then we have to go see what happens with the lizard queen.
Pass on the information we came about.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's something deeper to this. Something's hiding from us for good reasons. We're excited to see what this surprise.
Yeah, I want to know.
You say your reasons, but you argue with me about it all the time.
Well, it's all right. It's not normal. It's not normal at all, actually, in this universe.
What is it's
a different universe. It's not real. Alternate timeline.
Well, I mean, in reality, even when we were doing the one shot, he didn't act like he was supposed to.
Well, well, of course, this is other campaigns. I've seen some people use them as like they get excited, so they might hold off on the kill, right? It's like something hunting you down in some stories, like wolves. Like they find the thrill of it. They might wait to finally to kill you off, but otherwise they'll prowl on you for a while. They'll kind of like get excited seeing you being fearful. And I was thinking, okay, you're just doing that.
You go and look at the people that theorize about that one shot. The thing that always breaks and makes them think it's not that is the fact that he kind of laughs and leaves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he was just going to prowl on them, he wouldn't laugh. That shows a whole different, like, an intent,
or a craze, like,
but that's not the point. The point is that I don't see that bitch as normal. I'm curious to see what is afflicting him or what the situation is.
Mm-hmm. It has to be something really, really big for this dragon to act this way. But we'll find out sometime this year, hopefully, maybe before Christmas.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
My fault. I told y'all to leave it, to drop it, but no.
We're gonna drop it. We're gonna find out what's wrong with this little bitch. All right, but yeah, I'll see y'all then. But as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye. I'm gonna go back to the music screen because I know y'all enjoy that.
grumpiest of bears that loves to play, to make people laugh in every way. His jokes are sometimes crude and sometimes ass, with his wife of 15 years that is always having his back. Even when his dogs and cats are being a pain in the ass, he hopes this will always last. Even bring the fun to the masses, rolling, tool running, and beating every dungeon classes. With his goofy faces and voice all over the places, he hopes to never give up on his dreams, to bring joy and even the facts with his laughs. Podcast every week and stream with his friends, to bring that energy like big booty claps. He never gets angry, but sure can get scared. With anime waifus on his side, he's always prepared. Even though he's the grumpiest of bears, this bear's always cool in his chair. Till the end, his dreams always beware, 'cause he coming after you and hopes you'll be there. To hope you'll have a good day, a good night, and as always have a good life. Much love, good night, good night, good night, good night. Much love, have a good night, good life. Grumpy Bear has always been there, even when life isn't fair. Even when no one is there, he is thinking of you with love and care. Even if you say like, I care, he still give you a big hug with love and hair. What hair? 'Cause he's bald and eyebrows that are clear. With his kind words, he's never afraid to share, giving you that good bear stare. Even his kinks, so beware. 'Cause every weekend at 6:30 he's bound to share. Stream sitting in his chair, on every platform that he can share. Just as long as he knows you'll be there, God-given, please share. He's coming at you with style and flair, so let him say this again to make it clear. Though life isn't fair, so playing hard and be fair. Tell the industry to beware of this bear, so he can wish you a good day, a good night, and as always have a good life. Much love, good night, good night, good night, good night. Much love, have a good night, good life. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Much love, have a good night, good life. Grumpy Bear has always been there, even when life isn't fair, even when no one is there. He's thinking of you with love and care. Even if you say like I care, he still give you a big hug with love and hair. What hair, what hair? 'Cause he's bald and eyebrows that are clear. With his kind words, he's never afraid to share, giving you that good bear stare. Even his kinks, so beware, beware. 'Cause every weekend at 6:30 he's bound to share. Stream sitting in his chair, on every platform that he can share. Just as long as he knows you'll be there, God-given, please share. He's coming at you with style and flair, so let him say this again to make it clear. Though life isn't fair, so playing hard and be fair. Tell the industry to beware of this bear, so he can wish you a good day, a good night, and as always have a good life. Much love, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Much love, have a good night, good life. Grumpy Bear has always been there, even when life isn't fair, even when no one is there. He's thinking of you with love and care. Even if you say like I care, he still give you a big hug with love and hair. What hair, what hair? 'Cause he's bald and eyebrows that are clear. With his kind words, he's never afraid to share, giving you that good bear stare. Even his kinks, so beware, beware. 'Cause every weekend at 6:30 he's bound to share. Stream sitting in his chair, on every platform that he can share. Just as long as he knows you'll be there, God-given, please share. He's coming at you with style and flair, so let him say this again to make it clear. Though life isn't fair, so playing hard and be fair. Tell the industry to beware of this bear, so he can wish you a good day.